people just like get into this routine, but they don't actually seem to be enjoying themselves and actually doing things for themselves. Which I think the most important thing about mornings is just do what you want to do and be yourself rather than try to be someone else.
Running restaurants is not for the faint-hearted, especially at a high level. Long days and nights and unsociable hours, all fueled by a love for it, don't necessarily make for great mornings. But James Snowdown takes them head on, staying flexible, doing what works for him, and getting right for the day ahead. This is how the morning helps him rise and shine.
Hello, thanks very much for coming.
Anytime.
Today. So yeah, the first question we always ask people is what wakes them up in the morning and what's their first thought?
Well, currently, as of 2 months ago, it's now my kitten. So
Okay.
very, very sharp, needly claws wake me up in the morning. And then I wonder where on earth it's gone.
Okay.
That and an alarm, but usually my alarm goes off about an hour after I actually get up.
Oh really?
So
Okay. And is it an early start for you?
yeah, usually. Like anywhere between 6 and 7 is when I kind of wake up.
Okay.
But I can sometimes be known to be quite a bad sleeper.
Yeah.
So if I wake up at 4, that'll be me, and I hate lying in bed.
Okay.
So I have to get out of bed pretty much straight away because I hate just lying there because I'm just restless. So
Yeah.
like if I'd be times I'll get up at 4 and I was like, cool, let's go and do some work. It's quite satisfying because like it's silent outside and the house is like quiet and you just crack on with emails
Yeah.
and no one will get back to you because it's 5 a.m.
That's interesting.
So
Yeah.
it's the best.
Yeah. It can be. I can understand that. It can be valuable time. Like we speak to people and some people use it as a way that time to disconnect from work, but some
Yeah.
people, like you say, like find it very valuable to be like, there's a couple hours here where I'm not going to hear from anyone, so I can just crack on with
Yeah,
things.
you just slot things in as well. And you can be quite smug when it gets 9 o'clock in the morning, you've like done 3 hours work. And people are like, oh, I've just woke up. I'm like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Is that a regular thing? You say that happens sometimes. It's kind of if you wake
Yeah.
up naturally, that's when you just crack on.
That's the thing, is like, I'm not a great sleeper. Like, going to sleep is one of those things where I've always had to have something on
Okay.
to distract me. So I'll fall asleep or I'll fall asleep on the sofa. But yeah, it's just, and I always, especially in the summer as well, because I always have no curtains, just like bright light. As soon as I come into the room, bang.
You like to be woken up
Yeah.
kind of naturally.
Yeah,
and then you
so it's
off.
nice.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the stress of an alarm going off. It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah. It can be quite jarring, I think.
Yeah, it is. And like, yeah, like my alarm's set every day for like 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And like 9 times out of 10, I'm awake long before that. So
Nice. And you work in restaurants,
yeah,
running restaurants and bakeries and all sorts. So I imagine there's a lot of late nights there. Is it you're still able to get up early in the morning and be productive?
regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been quite good at that, especially when I lived down in London and it was a little bit more debaucherous. So if you had a big night out, I'd make sure I was always up early, awake, and like that's whole kind of get up and go. It's more of a get up and go and forget about the fear.
Okay.
It's just like that energy you're just going to get through, and it's the only way. Everyone says you're never hungover. I'm just too stubborn to have a hangover. And you just like, you kind of navigate your way through a day to be like, okay, if I do this, it will ruin my day and I'll feel horrible. And it's
Yeah.
just like that process of just like the first couple hours is like you wake up and it's like, how am I going to get through this day? What am I going to do? What do I need to do?
Yep.
It's kind of like, what is it, a boulder dash thing where it's like choose option A or option B, and you kind of figure out your route to the end of the day. That's how my day goes. It's
All
like
right.
not too much structure, but it's like I just figure everything out in the morning. Whereas I know
Okay.
people like to plan loads where I'm just like, get up, all right, cool, what do I need to do?
Yep.
But it's taken me now, I now get to, 6 months ago I basically stopped trying to do as much work in the morning. So I can't look at any work stuff on my phone between the hours of 10 p.m. and 8 a.m.
Okay.
Which is great because it then does make you value your morning and actually like, it switches your day on and off.
Yeah.
Which is good because I used to, when I first opened the restaurant, fear woke me up. And I'd wake up every single morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, because we'd get reservation feedback.
Okay.
And the email would come through at 5 o'clock every morning.
Wow.
And my body would wake up, boom. First thing I'd look at my phone and read it. And that would make or break my day.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
And then you say 6 months ago that changed. Is there something
Well,
specific, or you just made that?
6 months ago when I realised that I get told a lot of times that I don't switch off from work. because I just keep going, and like if I need to do some like emails at 10 p.m., I'll be doing it at 10 p.m. Or
Yeah.
I used to wake up, I get up, and then I just put my phone on straight away and start reading reports the night before, just reading through emails. It's kind of like doom scrolling, but for work.
Yeah.
And it's just quite nice to actually be able to like, okay, cool, my phone won't kick in until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So if you're up from 6, go do something. Like, go make some coffee.
It's great to have that rule, but it's also it's great that you've managed to make that time for yourself,
Yeah.
but it's also quite difficult, I imagine, because like you run your own business. It's a business that's kind of always on.
Yeah.
You know, it's still fairly new, it's growing. So like, I can also understand there being an element of like, I want to check stuff because I'm excited about it and I want to keep going. But interesting that you've decided, no, I'm going to just leave it till 8 and whatever time that is, it's time to myself.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like, it is just time to yourself. You can actually just like chill out.
Yeah.
You can shut the TV on. Like, just have a coffee.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to say I'd read books and read the news, but I can barely get past 2 pages where I get distracted.
Yeah.
Like, go out for a run if I want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that kind of like adrenaline and that kind of like busyness. It's like, you know, you have those days where you go into work and you have a to-do list and you come out and you feel like you've done no work apart from tripling your to-do list. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, to get stuff done.
That's good fun.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy it.
That's good.
I never have ever been a routine kind of person.
No.
Like, if I was to have to do the same thing every Monday at a certain time, I'd do it 2 weeks in a row and then I wouldn't be doing it again. I'm terrible at that kind of stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, crack on and go.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And that you say that's always been the case.
Always been the case. Even looking back, it's quite funny when looking back onto previous jobs and places I've worked, I'm like, that's just how you are.
Yeah.
'Cause I think for a while I was just like, you kind of focus on other people, and especially when people that you look up to and people that have been successful and you're like the kind of lowest to the low, especially in restaurants, and you're like, I want to be like you one day, and you did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And for a long, long time, I was like looking at people's careers and what they've done and saying, by the time I'm 29, I want to do this,
Yeah.
I want to do that, that, and that. And then you're just basically trying to follow someone else's path or someone else's dream. And it took me ages to realize just to do it yourself, do it your own way, do what you want.
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise, you don't live for yourself, and you don't live and you don't actually get to do the things you want to do it.
No.
You basically spend so long trying to be like someone else.
Yeah.
And like, especially when you hear about these people who do crazy shit in the morning, and like, I'm sure people who spoke about it, where they just like, they get up and go and like they do mad like exercise routines and all these motivational people on Instagram. You're like, shut up. Like, and then a lot of people just think that's how you must do it, but then you don't actually do things for yourself.
Yeah.
Which I think is the most important thing. I think especially now, we're all glued into like social media, and this is the way you need to do things. You do that. You need to plunge pools, steam rooms, saunas. You need to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning worshiping God knows who.
Yeah.
And people just like get into this routine, but they don't actually seem to be enjoying themselves and actually doing things for themselves.
Yeah.
Which I think the most important thing about mornings is just do what you want to do and be yourself rather than try to be someone else.
Yeah.
And then see what happens today.
No, I get it. Like, one thing that made me want to do this is the mornings are a universal experience. Everybody has a morning. So
Yeah.
like you say, like everybody's got one. So making sure it works for you is important. And I think what you said about you get a lot of information of, you know, like these are the top 5 things a CEO does to be successful in the morning. And I think one of the reasons we wanted to do this podcast is to speak to people like yourself and other people who are really successful in like, you know, cool, interesting, creative careers. And everybody has a different way of doing it.
Yeah.
And you can still get everything you need done. You know, you can do it either way. So it's really interesting, I think, that you say that.
Yeah, I think there's no real key to success apart from just cracking on and doing it.
Yeah.
Like you say, there's so many people who are like, this is how you must do it. You're like, nah. Take your time. Take your time and it'll come to you.
Yeah. And then, so when you've woken up, are you a breakfast person?
Coffee.
Just coffee?
Yeah. But it's a funny thing as well, because at the end of the day, if I'm working service, my favourite thing to do is clean the coffee machine.
Really?
I know that that's the end of the day, almost done. So like I
Interesting.
bookend my days with making coffee at home, and if I'm working a service, cleaning a coffee machine.
Yeah.
And it's just that it's quite weird, and it like just takes the stress away and relaxes you.
Yeah. I think the coffee routine is something that a lot of people say, and like taking that time, because there is a whole process to it.
Yeah.
You know, if you take it really seriously, and there's something very nice about having that process. I think what you're saying about the end of the day is really interesting as well, because it's like cleaning the coffee machine like marks the end of the day, and you know, I guess then when you wake up in the morning, it's ready to go, and you can get straight on with that process. So it's, I guess, one less thing to do in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, would you say you're a morning person?
Yeah.
Has that always been the case?
Yeah. Yeah, I've always been the person that gets up and go. Like, I'm the one who's, like, if you're on a wine trip, or if you're on a stag do, or you're on a holiday with mates, I'm the one that's up first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And always been the case.
Yeah.
Because it's like, get up. I kind of get up and go. And even, it's quite funny, because I am going to get up and go, but say if I was to go for a run, I could wake up at 7, and half 7, 8, right, go for a run, get all your running stuff on, and still be wearing my running stuff and not gone for a run by about midday. But I'm just like, I will get this done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always been like an early riser.
Right.
A lot of people say quite annoyingly, early riser.
And what we'd like to end on, is there someone's morning routine who you would like to know more about? It can be somebody famous, somebody you work with, somebody you admire, you know, it can be anybody.
Don't know. It's a good question. There's that thing, it's like, I like yourself, and it's quite interesting to see how everybody does it.
Yeah.
And it's such an eye-opener, because it's quite nice to realise that everyone's different.
Yeah.
And there's no one in particular that like to do it, but it is quite fun, especially in the morning. And I say, if you do go on socials and whatnot, it's quite fun to see what people have been up to. Like, as geeky as it is and a bit sad, when you go on Strava and you're like, so-and-so's been for a run this morning, good on them.
Yeah.
And you kind of just like, inside you, like, kind of giving them a high five without actually speaking to them. But there's no one in particular, but it is an interesting concept in the morning, and I think it's overlooked. So.
Well, yeah, trying to chat to people about it. And we've always found it like really interesting, like you say, when you speak to people about it. I think one of the things we found is when you ask people like what their morning routine is, people always say, oh, it's really dull, or I don't have one, or whatever. But I think when you start speaking to people, actually, there are reasons people do certain things. Like, even if they think it's boring, there are reasons that people do certain things, and they're, I think, things that everybody can learn from anybody about. Like,
yeah,
I think like one of the things we've been talking about, that you can go and you can be successful, you can have your own business, you can do all these things without having that structure. I think, you just, you get up and you do things, but it doesn't really matter what that is. It's just about getting up and going.
Yeah, and again, when people say that it's boring, there's nothing to it, but then you don't realise there's something to it until someone picks it apart. Because that's I had for years. So for a couple of years, I went to see a therapist, and I thought life was this, that, and that. And she just like pick things apart, and you're like, oh, this all makes sense now. And it's like, you ask me questions about it in the morning, I'm like, cool, there is a bit of routine. Because when you text me to do this, I was like, I'm the worst person to do this. I do nothing in the morning apart from making coffee and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then now you have someone that talks to you about it and picks it apart, you're kind of like, oh, cool.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for
Anytime.
coming to do it. It's been a pleasure.